It was prophetic.
Zambia, Zambia, Zambia. Wapya baisa bapombe. Zambia chenzela. Abo baisa bapombe. Nakabili, Lili abali awami chalo. Abo baisa bapombe. Nakabili, Ibukisha fyabana wile chalo. Abo baisa bapombe. Nakabili, Lili abali azanika kasuba. Abo baisa nakalilampi. Soli ibane na muchero. Balikale lugisha kwenye kubana. Esukulu kwenye kubana. Kalungisha kwenye wanafama. Tale chula kwenye kale. Alungisha kwenye improve the economy. Balikale alungisha. Baliana muyatashi. Halali filugisha. Abwele la pobali. Timugweza pobali. Abwele la pobali. Timugweza pobali. Mwebe ashimia kalilambi. Walibuta kale kuno kwenye. Bali mtu wa bantu. Kembo tetia yaze ni kwenye. Mwaleti sonte po wa bomba. Andwe isa tukulange. Improve the economy. Free quality education. Good infrastructure. Good health care. And food security. Rules of law now. National unity. Peace security. Jobo muli uti o. Kompeshimia kalilambi. Walibuta kale kuno. Zambia chenzela. Obaza mapombe. Nakabili. Lili abali awami ichalo. Abo baisa bapombe. Nakabili. Ibukisha fyobana wile ichalo. Abo baisa bapombe. Nakabili. Lili abali asanika kasuba. Abo baisa nakalilampi. Soli ibane na muchelwa. Balikala lugisha kwenye kubana. Esukulu kwenye kubana. Talungisha kwenye fama. Tale chula kale alungisha. Improve the economy. Balikale alungisha. Baliana muyatashi. Kaya lifilugisha. Abulera po bali. Kimugweza po bali. Abulera po bali. Kimugweza po bali. 2026 ni bali tulepela kwenye. Kembo teti ayaze ni bali bali na fuji.
Kembo tati ayaze.
Akalilapi. Ifwena fuji ni bali. Ichibi kale twalisala. Walikwata kale bali. Alabali ni bali edi laiba. Mwebe opponent abinengali kosa. Kwe bantu kale twachonga. Ala chinjera we Zambia. Bafika bapongwe. Bafika bapongwe. Mukabomfa mumilandile.
Mukabomfa mumilandile. Chinjira.
Abo baisa bapombe.
Nakabili.
Lili abali awami ichalo.
Baisa bapombe. Exactly. You know, with this song, I just couldn't understand how Brian Mundubile would go and make such a statement. Imwe, mutumine ni Brian. Call my brother, Brian Mundubile. Call him. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk with my brother Mundubile. We need to talk. I mean, with this song has been playing. And it's like Brian was inspired by this song. Brian was inspired by this song. And he just went on the stage to confirm this song. He just went to confirm this song. Listen to this song. I hope the Zambia. Chinjela. Pompwe. Baisa bapombe. Zambia chenjera
abo bayisaba
pompwe
nakabili
nakabiri
lili abali awamichalo
abo bayisaba pompwe nakabiri. I mean, it just confirms, this song clearly confirms what Mundubile was saying. Basically, I mean, the song came earlier, and Mundubile just came to confirm this song. He just came to confirm this song, that, you know, no. Guys, I know people are trying to, you know, put up excuses for Brian, but come on, that was very wrong. It is a very irresponsible statement. A very irresponsible statement. Nangwalela ndanava kumushi. It was very wrong. Very wrong. I have seen people trying to come up, trying to justify what. You know, one thing that I have liked about these campaigns, one thing that I've liked about this campaign is that there is nothing that the opposition are able to point out to say, this is a lie. You see, they are failing to say, this is a lie. The things that we are talking about, they are actually true. Our success, you know, the success of President Hakainde Hichilema, they are undisputed. This is a fact. The successes of Hakainde Hichilema, they are undisputed. They are undisputed. They are there for everyone to see. Except now, people are trying to, you know, cast aspersion on them or throw shade. I needed this call very much. Okay, so I'm sorry for that. I needed that call. It was a very important call. But the point is that the issue that we are pointing at Hakainde Hichilema, you know, they are there for everyone to see, you know, except that now they are trying to find excuses. But you see, you are not playing good politics, particularly Brian Mundubile, because, I mean, these others, I can't even talk about them. You know, you are failing, you know, to play politics with the scores that Hakainde Hichilema has put out. You are failing. You know, this is where you needed some political engineers. Hey, you needed some political engineers like Chirufatayari to help you. Unfortunately, you are not with Chirufatayari because you are failing. You know, I'm a politics forever. You can play politics on anything. You can play politics on anything. But unfortunately, these guys, they are failing, you know, to turn around, to play politics with the issues that Hakainde Hichilema has done. They are failing. You are doing it badly. For example, the issue of free education. Free education. I mean, it's there. You can play politics with it. You can play politics with it. But, you know, you confirm, oh, no, but this very free education, it's there, but, you know, there are too many in classrooms. Is Badi lying? Because you are coming, no, Badi Wawufi. Is he lying? Is free education a lie? Because just in there, you are confirming that yes, it's true. There is free education. You are trying to make Hakainde Hichilema to say Hakainde Hichilema is a liar. Hakainde Hichilema is a liar. You are trying to do that, but you are lamentably failing. In politically, you are lamentably failing to prove that point that Hakainde Hichilema is a liar. Because when he says there is free education, and then you come up to say, yeah, there is free education, but there are too many classrooms, you have already accepted. You have already accepted, because the next question is that, is there free education or not? It's there. Hey, but no, this free education, whatever, it's there. It's there. You are failing to spin this. You don't have political spin doctors that can turn around something that is good and make it look bad. You are terrible. You are terrible politicians. That's why I tell you that I am a far much better politician than most of you. Far much better politician. You are confirming free education. Yeah, there is free education, but there are too many classrooms. And you even go and stand on a platform to talk. Instead, you are campaigning for Hakainde Hichilema if you don't know. Because you are working in the things that he has done. That is what you are going to talk about. You are basically campaigning for Hakainde Hichilema. You are basically campaigning for Hakainde Hichilema. I would have given you hints, but now, I mean, that is consultancy. That is consultancy. If you have paid, I can give you, what you should be doing, what you should be talking about. But what you're doing, you are talking about things that Hakainde Hichilema has done, and you are confirming to people. You are letting people know. Hakainde Hichilema, this Brian Mundubile, has actually helped the country to be enlightened about foreign reserves. Now people know that Hakainde Hichilema has actually stored money in the bank. They know. Now they know. And it's true. You have helped Hakainde Hichilema for people to know that actually Hakainde Hichilema has reserved money in the bank. You have helped Hakainde Hichilema for people to know. Now ukatete nomba na beshibati Hakainde Hichilema alesunga ndarama mu banki na akwate ndarama mu banki muri ndarama mu banki. You are failing terribly. Free education is there. Now anyway, let me not digress so much, but I'll come back to some of these issues. Let me start on Brian's analogy. Brian was saying, there is this father who goes in a bar and he says, he's boasting to his friends. He's showing his friends, hey, look at my balance. Look at my balance. I've got 5 million, 5 billion, 5 million in the bank. And then the other guy says, no, even me, I've got 2.5 million. But my children are eating and so on and so forth. They are eating, panyumba, wana waenda kuskulu, whatever. Okay? So, the impression that Brian was trying to portray is that Hakainde Hichilema waka so. He's just keeping money. Avena Zambia, they are not eating. Okay? Hakainde Hichilema has got money in the bank. And Avena Zambia is not giving them. That is what Brian basically is saying. His campaign is saying Hakainde Hichilema has got a lot of money in the bank. He has put a lot of money in the bank. And when I come, I will give out all that money. I will distribute it. That's what basically Brian is saying. Brian is simply saying Hakainde Hichilema is wrong to keep money in the bank. And me, when I come back, I'm going to get that money and I'm going to distribute it. That is what Brian is saying. And they even went on, comes up, nechitumbi chakwe. When Balungu was there, mwenzo vutika, when Balungu was there, whatever. Okay. Now, here is the reality, Brian, and all of you that are saying, where are we coming from? Let us go back a little bit. Let us go back a little bit with the PF, and we can even use the analogy of Brian himself. We have a father who is working, and this father is a big spender. He's a big spender, and he's a drunkard. He's a drunkard. Niwama party after party. And to sustain his life of being a big spender, he engages in two things. One, Nkongole. He goes and he's always borrowing money to come and, to sustain his debauchery life. His debauchery life. He's always borrowing money. so that he can spend, because he's a big spender. And then, because, he's just working, so panchito amachatu madiru maningi. Niwama diru bad corruption. Okay? So two things characterized the PF. Two things. One is borrowing. And this is a fact that nobody can dispute. They were busy borrowing. Nindani wamenanga shushe. Brian, can you disagree? Who can disagree on this fact? The PF, they were busy borrowing. Then from there, they were seriously engaged in corruption. And from there, we can see that the cadres had money. Yes, I'll be very honest to say, this money was coming to the cadres. And of course, Bakada, it was too much money. So they were sharing with us. And that's how we can say, yeah, there was money in circulation. There was money in circulation. Because they were borrowing money, and then they were siphoning the money through corruption. And this is how the money was getting into the circulation, causing even inflation. Because money that is not duly earned, triggers corruption or triggers inflation. Corruption money triggers inflation. These are things that, Brian, you need to be schooled on. Money that comes through corruption, it triggers inflation. Because money that comes through corruption, people spend it carelessly. They spend it carelessly. They have not earned that money. They have not earned. This is why you find that a guy kugona chabe na gero amupasa 100 pin. This is reality. This was happening. Kutenga chabe gero wampeleka mu apartment. Achoka kucha gero so na 100 pin. You see? And that is inflation. I'm giving an example of what can really happen, because who buys Ntwanikane at 100 pin? Who buys 15 minutes joy or 20 minutes joy at 100 pin? That is corruption. I'm giving you an example of how inflation comes in, because a product you cannot pay that much, but because you have got stolen money, you don't mind. You just give. And that is how inflation goes up. You start buying things not at a normal price, and you make the prices of goods increase, because you have got money that you're just spending. Okay? You're just spending. So this is the life of a PF. They were borrowing money. After borrowing, they were getting the money through corruption, and then they were causing inflation, because they were just throwing money anyhow, and that is how inflation was going up. Now, what happened to our country? If it is at a household level, a father that is always borrowing money, a father that is always muba kumwamo wa maningi, Jameson. Imagine Jameson. Do you know how much Jameson is? Jameson is expensive. But this was the common beer that people were drinking. But it was useless cadres. They were drinking Jameson. Jameson inasanduka monga ni chiwuku. Because these people were getting money from the government. They were getting money from the government corruptly. And this is how now our country was messed up. Even at a household level, if a father is a drunkard, if a father is always borrowing money, Karoba, always borrowing, what happens to that house? What happens to that house? That house will be broken. It will be broken. Because now, I mean, you will definitely not be able to sustain. And this is exactly what happened with PF. This is how we ended up defaulting. Because we were just borrowing. And at the end of the day, we started failing to pay our debt. We started failing to pay. And internationally, people, vanabwela vatisula, tinasanduka majanki, vanabwela vatisula, they discredited us. On an international level, we were discredited. We were a careless country because we had a careless government. Iyawa PF, umwali na wa Mundubile. They could not keep money in the bank. They could not afford to pay. They could not afford to pay. Brian is talking about buying of maize. How much money, how much debt did the UPND find when they came into power? Yes, they had collected maize, but they never paid. They never paid. Malaiti, electricity. Those people, they were importing electricity, but they never paid. And they stopped giving them. They stopped giving them electricity. We became an irresponsible government that many people didn't want to do business with. We were discredited. This is where we are coming from. This is the government that Brian Mundubile is talking about. This is where Brian Mundubile wants to take us. This is where Brian Mundubile wants to take us. Brian Mundubile wants to take us to that irresponsibility where we are just spending money carelessly and we are borrowing, and nobody respects us. This is what Brian is campaigning. This is what Brian is saying. And this song is on point. This song is very much on point. Listen. Zambia changera kabiri nakabiri abo bayisa bapompwe nakabiri baona ule chalo. They messed up our country. Now, there is no one who can dispute this. I know some of you hollow insults at me. Hey, Daddy, what? Hey, you want to come back? Whatever. But it's a fact. It's a fact that during PF, our economy was in shambles. Our economy was trash. It was trash. Nobody could look at it. Nobody could look at it, and the evidence is there. We started failing to service our Nkongole. And people started running away from us. That is why when Hakainde Hichilema came in, even the international community, they supported Hakainde Hichilema. They said, please, you come in. You come in. So, what Hakainde, the job of Hakainde Hichilema has been, number one, to restore the confidence. To restore the confidence. It is very important to restore the confidence. How do you restore the confidence? It was a country of drunkards, a country of debauchery, a country of, slave queens, a country of corruption. This is a fact. A country that could not service its debt. A country that could not do business properly with other countries. So, Hakainde Hichilema comes in. The first thing that Hakainde Hichilema had to do, and kudos to him, he had to sit and think, what am I going to do? Yes, it is true. Hakainde Hichilema promised, I'm going to give you 250 kwacha, a bag of fertilizer. Yes, Hakainde Hichilema promised, I'm going to give you 50 kwacha bag of meal meal. Yes, Hakainde Hichilema promised, I'm going to give you fuel at 10 kwacha. But you see, what Hakainde Hichilema didn't know is how our government was spoiled. Hakainde Hichilema was thinking our country is making money. We have got copper. We have got, agriculture. We have got so many things that we are making money from. And that is what Hakainde Hichilema was looking at. But when he got into the job, when he got into government, it was a sorry sight. There was no money. People don't want to do business with him. So tell me, how could Hakainde Hichilema give you a bag of meal at 50 kwacha? How? How was Hakainde Hichilema going to do that? Let's just be reasonable. Because Mwarika Nirokulande, Ebareka Divalanda, no, Wabufi, Alibepere, therefore Kumi Pusha. In the government that you left, you left nothing. You left in Congole. What you left in Congole, you destroyed the reputation of our country. So how would Hakainde Hichilema give you fuel at 50 kwacha? How? At 10 kwacha? How? How Hakainde Hichilema give you fertilizer at whatever? How was he going to do it? Let's just be reasonable. Let's be reasonable. How? Where did you think Hakainde Hichilema was going to do that? Eh? Even if Hakainde Hichilema is rich, he cannot feed the whole country. He cannot. He cannot take out his money. You can't. You can't. So Hakainde Hichilema now, he had to start from scratch. And starting from scratch, he looked at to say, look, ina ishkwete Nkongole. Kongole vale pinda. Busy. They are busy. Knocking on the door. Hakainde Hichilema, hey, Zambian government, give us money, give us money. What does Hakainde Hichilema do? He says, look, guys, I don't have money to pay you. I don't have money to pay you. It's not me who borrowed this money. But I take the responsibility because I've taken over the government. So guys, please, can you bear with me? Can you bear with me? Give me some time. Let me wake. When I wake, I will be able to pay. Let me wake. When I wake, I'll be able to pay. And these people, do you think just because Hakainde Hichilema said that immediately they would have accepted? They would have been foolish. They would have been foolish. They said, I mean, how are you going to show us that you can actually pay? Show us. Show us that you can actually pay. Eh? And that is how Hakainde Hichilema said, okay, give me time, let me go back and work. And that is how Hakainde Hichilema now started now talking to foreign investors to come in. To come in the mines. Okay? To come in the mines. He tightened. Yalama loopholes, shirenda lama vale iba. Corruption, shani. Achita tighten, yama loophole. Achita tighten. And to show the people that no mbenda lama, ndesunga wino. Now our government is responsible to show those people. Hakainde Hichilema started now putting money in the bank. Putting money in the bank. So that abamone okwewa tindalama shonse. Tabalesha nina. Tabaleshitamo Jameson. Hakainde Hichilema instilled discipline. Discipline. And to show that really whatever Hakainde Hichilema was doing was working. That is how he started depositing money number uma foreign reserves. Vamona indalama shambo kwikara mu banki. Okay? Corruption arwisha chef. And it took Hakainde Hichilema 3 years. 3 years. The debt restructuring did not happen immediately because people wanted to see, is this man serious? Is Hakainde Hichilema serious? And when they saw that, yes, the policies that he was introducing, they are actually working. And what was the sign? The sign is my reserves. My reserves. How do you prove? Nangu waku bank ulefo Kongola loan. Ulefo Kongola loan. I mean, how do you prove that you can be able to pay? It is about the money that goes into the bank. How can you prove that you are a responsible person? How do you prove that you are a responsible person? Na ku microfinance, ngolea mkongola ku microfinance. They ask for a bank for a bank statement. They ask for a bank statement. In other countries, even to just open a phone, just to open a phone, they ask for a bank statement. If you don't have a bank account, how can we trust you? How can you show to people that you are financially disciplined if you don't have a bank account? How can you show people that you are financially disciplined if you bank your betamuli ndarama? Nangu fe mulefo kuya poke fi puna. You know, we have got these ama credit facilities. You want to go ukuya poka fi puna. Ifi puna. One of the shops wiku Kongola. Bale push up bank mukesana bank account. Awe ndabomba mbomba mu government whatever. Nangula womba still mo bala for bank statement. Umuntu womba ulafo Kongola ku microfinance. You go there wana pay slip awe ndabomba naka ID wabapera. But they will say, no, bring your bank statement. Because they want to see your financial discipline. And this is where Hakainde Hichilema has performed so well to stock up the reserves. Because he wants to win back the confidence. When Muntunga wali sevana, nobody can deal with you. Nobody can deal with you. Nobody can do anything with you. Nobody can do anything with you. Ngawali sevana bali kishwati nwecha kolwa. Ula Kongole ndarama. Nobody can do business with you. Nobody can give you anything. Goodwill is very important. Credibility is very important. Ngawali sulwa. Nobody can do anything with you. Ukala chula fie. And that is the situation where the PF Mundubile na balungu wabo epo batushire ichalo chesu chali sevene. And Hakainde Hichilema has been trying to restore that image. Hence ama reserves here. And indeed, when they saw that ama reserves awe yene ichitawino wamona awe yumuntu no, things are going well. That is how finally they came to accept the debt restructuring. Debt restructuring took time because we were discredited. And it has to take Hakainde Hichilema's discipline to show to the people that no, actually, uyumuntu is serious. And this is how they ended up signing that debt restructuring only last year. It's not a long time, it's just last year, that's when they completed that. You see? So this man, even me, I'm looking at how our country is moving. I am looking at to say this man is progressive. Trust me. It's not so much about to say, no, yes, home is home. But in them ever. Ina inshichula kuno. Awe, inshichula. Inshichula. Ero hapa, na alikuwa take long term plan. Na alikuwa take long, hapa na wafi mplan A. Mplan A. Insha ingena mplan B. I'm telling you, it is not out of desperation of me coming back that I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema. I will tell you that. This is just the honest truth. It is not out of desperation that I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema. No. I've got plan A, plan B, plan C. And I'm telling you, even Panope, I can break it down for you. I can break it down for you. I had plan A, plan B, plan C. Na D eko yava. Na D eko yava. Because at the end of the day, plan D, kwa fena nikade, udia mudolo. Mudolo is struggling with his political life. Ngana welfe mudolo. Shirienda rama ule chita ntuanikane. Tia tuampane muntu wandi. Tuambele pam. Kai nini nishina shupa. Kuwamba na bakerenka. Na bakerenka wose kuwamba na fia shupa. So it's not out of desperation. And if you think I'm coming, I'm talking, I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema, not out of desperation to come back. No. Not out of desperation to come back. It is how Hakainde Hichilema is moving the country. This is a fact. No matter how much Kutimu amupata Hakainde Hichilema, Kutimu alanda, but Hakainde Hichilema has restored financial discipline. And the results are there. Those reserves are a result to show that there is financial discipline. But Mundubile, when whatever, chawe, fiabupuwa, fiabupuwa, tukesa shishanina. Mundubile, balefwa tuweke na mkula shitama Jameson. Efo balefwa. Balefwa tuweke na kula kuine kuli mujanki, eko balefwa wa Mundubile. Mweba tinimuka teko. Na mweba leba supporta wa Mundubile, mweba le supporta. Mwebati nibuka teko. Mundubile is a good man, but he's not ready to be a leader. He's not ready. He doesn't even know what it takes to run a country. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He has no clue. He has no clue. Mundubile has no clue. Hakainde Hichilema knows what he's doing. So Hakainde now restored that confidence. Ama investors batampokula isa. Ama investors vale isa nomba. And that is how you are seeing mines opening. Nitrogen chemicals, fertilizer coming in. What is this? Mulungushi opening. We are also seeing other industries coming in. And we have heard Hakainde Hichilema talking about value addition. That is progressive. So, Hakainde Hichilema has restored that confidence, and the success is the debt restructuring. That's how we have the debt restructuring. And then from there now, we are seeing also investors coming in. We have seen the interest in the international community growing. What is the evidence of that? The 2,500 tourists coming into the country. Because when they are talking about tourism, they look at how many people pass through your airports. And a lot of these people that are coming in to Zambia, some of them are investors. Because now Zambia is looking good. Zambia is beginning to look attractive to the international community, to the investors. They are saying, there is a country where we can do business. There is a country where we can do business. And that is why they are coming. And going forward, especially after Hakainde Hichilema Awina, in the next term, they will see that, oh, okay, so this guy is still continuing. Stability will continue. More people will come. And with a good name, with good people coming in, investors coming in, that is how those people that Mundubile is pointing at to say, you have no jobs, you have no jobs. I'll break the reserves to give you jobs. You can have money. I'll say a practical thing. If you can have money, you can go to the bank, borrow money, and you say, I'm going to do business. But that business, you have got no people to do business with. You cannot succeed. You cannot succeed in business if you don't have connections, if you don't have confidence of people coming to you. You cannot do business. You can set up the best business, whatever. But if people don't trust you, they will not come and do business with you. No matter how much you can invest, but if you are discredited, if you are a person of no credibility, people will not come and do business with you. You will not succeed. A business does not only thrive by the product or services that it offers. The first key, the key to a successful business, is about the connection that you have. It's about the goodwill that you have. That is the best thing, the biggest investment that you can ever have. The biggest investment that you can ever have is goodwill. It's confidence. It is trust. When people trust you, they will come and leave their money with you. Here is our money. You prepare whatever it is and you send it over. They'll come and do that. Eh? They will come and leave you money before nanguleshe vitumbua. Uleshe vitumbua. Ngabali shibati awe banachite bali babwino. Bali chindikwa. Mubai sati tunafua vitumbua. Ataota tulapanga Filipanse flower taila tutumuka. Tuala panga kasuba. Ngabali michetekela. Bala mishirati na mishira 20 kwache. Ngamwapanga mtu mwana andetele. Ngamwapanga mtu mwana andetele. Ngabali michetekela. Nomba ngabali shwa pachipandoko bati imwe. Nimwe bana kalulete. Nimwe bana mulala kwa chenama. Tapadi wingesa mpele 20 kwacha ti. Kena mishira 20 kwache. Ngamwapanga vitumbwa muntu mine. Tapali. So, first of all, you build the confidence. And this is what Account has been doing. And now, investors will come in. And when investors come in, that is how jobs will be created. What Mundubile is talking about, na uchakora na Jameson, na ngumwinga kuti mwayato orama ama reserves yako haka inde ichilema, mwatampa ma business, tapali ukesakista business yenu, business ikatashani, ikawa, you can never go anywhere. You can never go anywhere. But when you have got a good credibility, you will not even use your money. People will give you money to do business. Ngabali kuchetekela. People will give you money to do business. Ngatawa kuchetekela tapali winga kupela. So, Mundubile is extremely careless and really a big danger to our economy. If at all, by a miracle from whatever, he would ever succeed. Is terrible. It would be terrible for our country. So, jobs will come as the result of investment that will come. Investments that will come. Then, there is another point before I go to the privilege. I am reserves, reserves. Reserves here, yeah. Number one, like I'm saying, like even on a personal level, on a personal level, the only way you can prove that you're financially stable or disciplined is to show a bank a good book balance. That is how you can show that. And when you show a good book balance, even people who will be able to trust you to give you money. No one is going to trust you to give you money. Ngabasanga that your book balance is terrible. Nobody is going to give you money. So that money that you, Mundubile, is talking about, it is not just sitting there. That money is generating money. Mundubile doesn't know this. And you may not know this. Ngana ukwa tendarama mu banki. Shirendarama. Shire tendarama shinankwe. Shire tendarama shinankwe. Ngana ukwa tendarama. Indarama shire tendarama shinankwe. When I was growing up, my mother used to sell per market. Balesha tomato san. And sometimes na lesango ko per market. Bansha per market. Ndesha tomato. Ngawashisha po tomato. One kwacha. Bale weekendarama pes panankane pakasaka so. Bale weekendarama pakasaka. Ida one kwacha ngawashisha. Babika pakasaka. You know, like it's on a table like that. They put a table like this, and then when they sell, they put the money under the sack. And what my mother was saying, ati shire shinankwe vika penankani ite shinankwe. That is what my mother used to say. Of course, my mother is not educated. My mother doesn't know these things of whatever. But bale weekend darama pantwani kanipadia ati ite shinankwe. Ite ishinankwe valika pani. Na bambinga mwashisha mwavika pani. The more money ngashiri pesa kapadia, according to my mother, bale bati shaite shinankwe. Shaite shinankwe. So takwali kufumia pwenda la mapadia, pesa kapadia, takuli kufumia hapo, ukubika mtumba. Na kukubika kuchitenge. Indala mashonzisho baleshtisha, bale bika pesaka. And you will see this even with in the markets. I'm sure this is common. But the market, ngabaleshtisha. Tababula ndalama bakaka kuchitenge. Isho baleshtisha. Tababula babika pesaka pali opo babika. So that shite ishinankwe. Now, this is you know a low level kind of economics. But anyway, the point is that ngana ukwa tendalama. Indalama shile tendalama shinankwe. Indalama shile tendalama shinankwe. You don't have to spend it. You don't have to spend it. Ngana ushikwa tafye. Na ukwa tendalama. You will go to somebody to say, hey, I want fiakut na fiakut. They will give you, knowing the money that you have. Knowing that you have money. They will give you. Rich people don't use their money. Rich people don't invest their money. What they do is to have money in properties. Is like Elon Musk. Elon Musk mleva number nafika kuli trillion. Yeah? Is a trillionaire. Who can refuse to give Elon Musk anything? Who can refuse to give Elon Musk anything? He will come to you, you will give. Because rich people, they don't use their money. Bank, they keep it there. And they talk about how much they are worth. I'm worth so much. Now, when you motoka, you go and say, I want this vehicle. But I'm not going to pay now. I'm going to pay it within 6 months. But then they'll say, where is your banker? Show us your bank, whatever. When you show them, they see that there is money. They'll give you the car. But iwe, we ushakwa toru pia. We ushakwa tendala mbank. Tetuye, I want this car. Pankongole, they will not give you. They will not give you. You see? But you see some of these rich people, because of the money that they have in the bank, they drive big vehicles. Big vehicles. They have invested. They invest big monies based on their book balance. Not that they have gotten money, no. Tabashi wonfia. A business akainde chiremale tufunda. A business fale tufunda akainde chirema. Based on that, Zambia now can engage investors. Zambia now can guarantee bonds, for example. They can guarantee bonds because of those reserves. You see? So ama reserves they got yekele femuli ati yo akainde nasunga yala le tendalama. Ama reserves yala le tendalama. Just by the fact that mulindalama muli ama reserves yala le tendalama. Yala le tendalama. Thank you, Anton Piri. Bank guarantee. Yes, you can get an expensive vehicle. You can get expensive nipando shamunganda. You can even buy a house, by the way. You can even get a house. A house using a bank guarantee. Without you kufubia ndalama mu bank walipira bakuperenga nda wabika munaba rent. Wamba nokula tashani, nokula sonkesha. Wale lipira ba rent badia. Wamba nokula lipira mortgage yo. You see? Because now watendalama mu bank kutu ayase ndenda amanda bale kula. balakula manda whatever you can go and get inganda wasende inganda pankongole using indalama shiri mu bank ukwabula okufunyamu endalama mu bank without you drawing any money from your bank but just showing your book balance to say this is my book balance. Give me a house. They will give you a house. They will give you a house. Once vakupere inganda ilya waivika na parent every month ulio wangu uli munganda uli alelipira renti ulelipira nkongole and within 10 years ilenganda yabayove iwo kwabula okulipira pona ngushinga na nguni wanu ngwe ukwabula okubonvya endalama shove without you using the money. All you have nindalama sha mu bank chap. You see, so let Mundubile not mislead you. Let Mundubile not mislead you with his cheap politics. Mundubile is not a politician. He is very cheap. He's very cheap. And let me at what I guess I start distributing Dalama. No. So that money, it's not in Dalama Shikere Fiatim. No. That money is making money. And I can give you an example. A real example, which is actually happening. Now, Hakainde Ichilema is talking about buying back in Congole. Buying back in Congole. I did explain about buying back some time back. I hope you people who follow me, you remember I explained about buying back in Congole. So Hakainde Ichilema, because now kwatenda na mama reserves, Hambo kula tuanga nomba, he's saying, I want to buy back the loan. I want to buy back the loan. Why is he talking like that? He's talking like that because of the reserves. Because of the reserves. And look at this. Where is the money that Hakainde Ichilema is going to buy back the loan? Where is it coming from? Part of the money is coming from the development bank. And the development bank is giving us money because of the financial discipline, because of the money Shabamwene reserve. Because Hakainde Ichilema is disciplined. Hakainde Ichilema alebikendalama mu bank. And the development bank is now coming to say, akututwami kongwesha. So even nganao kwa tendalama mu bank, even when you are borrowing, you borrow cheaply. You borrow cheaply. And so development bank is coming to say, here is 150. And Hakainde Ichilema is saying, we can get another 150 from our reserves. We buy back in Congole. So Shien Congole to Akwete. Over a time, we will find that Shien Congole Satashani Shaf Mapo. We will no longer be indebted. And when we are no longer indebted, the money that we will be making, that will be our money. That will be our money. And that is when you, the Zambians, you are going to feel the impact. That is when you are going to feel the impact. Because you will have jobs. You will be guaranteed of being paid. Being paid, you'll be guaranteed of being paid. Brand Mundubile is talking about, hey, amanani tabafola, banani tabafola. Mundubile, can you talk about the defaulting, the failure to pay people? Can you compare it na number? Even ama drivers, abatwala mata wakuna nkane ku FRA. Can you compare with what was happening? Now, abantu show month and delay fika. People at least are assured that they are going to be paid. But when they were already paid yesterday, PF it was something else. It was something else. It was a very irresponsible government. A very irresponsible government. But now, the default rate, at least naiwelako number, at least you can be sure to say, I'll be paid. But as we go forward, things will even be much, much better. Things will even be much, much better. Young people will find jobs because investors will come into the country. Payments will be guaranteed because there is financial discipline. Opportunities will be there because corruption will be reduced. Echo to layer, and that is why we are supporting Hakainde Ichilema. But you see, there is another thing that Hakainde Hichilema has done. You know, while Hakainde Hichilema is dealing with all these issues, Hakainde Hichilema has not forgotten the vulnerable. He has not forgotten the vulnerable. He has said, okay, whilst we are doing all these things, we are negotiating but let us not forget the vulnerables. Let us not forget the vulnerables. And he has, first of all, number one, he wants people to develop a country. To develop a country, the first thing that you do is to develop the people. To develop a country, the first thing is to develop the people. Development must first be personal. Then it goes into the community. It goes into infrastructure and everything. And that is why free education is there. So free education, it's very important. It is number one key to a developing country. Any country that has developed, the first of all, they started with the people. Dubai. You know what they did in Dubai? In Dubai, when what is that? The king of Dubai, the first thing that he did, he took the most intelligent guys and sent them to Europe to go and get educated. He first invested in people, they got educated, and they went back to Dubai, and then they started building. China, it's the same thing. China, what they did, you know, after the war, they said, you know what? They invited people to come, people with skills. You know, they came, they invited them, they offered them incentives, and they started educating whatever they were doing. They educated the Chinese. And then eventually when the Chinese were educated, and that's how China developed. Go to Singapore. Singapore, the population of Singapore is just about 4 million. 4 million people. And of that 4 million, almost 40%, they are foreigners. What are they doing? They are making the country, they are reticulating the country. Education is very important. So, Hakainde Hichilema, when you put in that free education, it is not something that you should be discrediting. You develop people. And then he realized to say, but everyone cannot afford to go to school. There are poor people. That is how he puts free education. Or after free education, no, we said these things. Okay, could free education, but if you don't have dola. If you don't have dola. Oh, Hakainde Hichilema, oh, na fidula. Abantu tabale ku school. Apo, abikapo feeding program. Feeding program is now there. Nomba mula idisha na jawe, if yakuja bale jama soya chunks, wale usho ichawama po chinshu, umwana aliye ko soya chunk, umwana aliye ko chilemba. Noko ateka densana chinshi chawama po. Ale ya ku school umwana, abana bale ya ku school. They are even being motivated. Bama wala na ku school kwa ngana ku school at least nde andieko. There is feeding program. From there, Hakainde Hichilema, no, what about abakote, shana. Let's increase social cash transfer. Social cash transfer, what is the increase? No. Now, I'm told it is between 800 and 1,500. That's what people are getting. But PF mwale foresha shinga, 400 kwacha. The highest was 400 kwacha. Mwale foresha ama 150, 200, whatever. Esho mwale foresha. Number yalifika kuli 15. Hakainde Hichilema responding to the needs of the poor, the vulnerables. And more households now. But PF mwashile katushinga ngate 600. Number I heard there about 1,600 households which are being covered. So this man really, look at him. He's pulling the economy this side. Okay? He's pulling the economy this side. But this side is also not leaving the poor people. We are in good hands, honestly. We are in good hands. You don't have to like Hakainde Hichilema. You don't have to like Hakainde Hichilema. But really, look at what he's doing. Nangu alimupata. Look at what he's doing. And these are facts. These are facts which Mundubile is failing to counter. You should consult me, Mundubile. You should consult me. How? If you want to. Because the best way of being an opposition is to show that, look, what this guy is doing, Ina will come and do better. Ina will come and do better. Eh? You have to show that you are better than this guy. That is what you have to show. Opposition, imwewa kindergarten politician. I want you to know that if you want to be in opposition, you have to show that you are better than the other guy. You have to show that you are better than the other guy. Eh? Not to kusam kusundira pafyo aletere. Eh? Aleta bread ela imamule mwaposa kwa maloba. Eh? Ata ine bread valetere. Shana ufile walanda i bread uleria ine nkala kuletera bread nkala leta malofu yabili. Uyale kupela one loaf ine nkala kuleta amalofu yabili. Because ine ndalama ninkwata. Not what you are doing. Your opposition sucks. Your opposition is failed. That's why you cannot win an election. You can't. You can't. You go and promise people to say, I will go and destroy the bank. I will go and remove How did Hakainde Ichilema stock up those reserves? Indala mesho tawa wombere iwa Mundubile. Indala mesho tawa wombere, indala mesho tawa bikira kubanka shole foyo uyo otobosolo utambo kupera abantu. Tamwa kwa tanensoni yaini. Tamwa kwa tanensoni indala mesho shafu makuisa pange ndalama. What you're supposed to be saying? Kwebati nka pange ndalama mumsango you know. Shirendalama le panga shiraka inde Ichilema shachepa. Inendalama nganambo kupanga. Nkalete shingi. Fidaba mdala wasinkamba walelanda. Nefyamba fyabo. Basinkamba bisi walelanda ti. Ifonga tuambo kushefyamba. Tukatambo kupange ndalama shakuti na shakuti. As much as ifyamba file mfika ntoani kane. But that is better. That is how you do politics. Not indalama muna inesha wombela. Imwesha mwika. Esha mutumu inepo amenso. Ngatuwa isa tukashiwombela poshiya. Ngatuwa isa tukesamia kanya. Nibana ni mulebepa. Even if you come in today, how are you going to distribute the money? Isha kwa Hakainde Ichilema. How are you going to distribute it? Mukaya tosola fe mukatambo kupera mukafolesha abantu. Iyo 6.5 billion ngamo aisa. Ikekala nshi kushinga. Panti mu Mundubile na mutunu ina menso. Na mutunu ina menso pali 6.5 billion. Okay, ngamo aisa 6.5 billion. Mukayake nyashani kubantu. How are you going to distribute that money? Awe, shanchani. Mukesa mbafyo kushishani na nokupela maule futi. Mukata mpeno kuna mama jemaso. Within a short time shikapwa. 6.5 billion. It's nothing. Ninda na mashinga mwale poka imwesha nkongole. How much money were you getting? Nkongole mwapokele ni shinga. Shaingile pesa. Mwatushile hive fimaru pili fiyama na nkana fly over bridge. Ifima sandi. Mwabunjika. Indala mashimbi mwagwagula. Teti mutuni na menso pandala mesho tamwa wombele. Indala mesho tamwa vikile kubanki. Esho mutunini. Kwati ni wale luile ntwani kane pesa mboli amfwa. Kwati wali pesa mboli amfwa. Na mutunu ina menso. Ngafu afyo yu. Ni pa banki. Zona imwe. Chachine ni ba pompwe.
Abo baizaba pompwe. Nakabili. Lili abali ya wamichalo. Abo baizaba pompwe. Nakabili. Ibukishe fyabana wile ichalo. Abo baizaba pompwe. Nakabili. Lili abali ya zanika kasuga. Abo baiza nakalila. Soli ibane na mchelo. Bali kala lukisha kwenye kubana. Besukulu kwenye kubana. Kalungisha. Mwana fama.
yeri ama reserves tekoti yo akaindechire manasunga fye yeri ama reserve shirendalama shiraitendalama shinankwe iravine vamai varenje vati yo vikendalama pakasaka shireitendalama shinankwe vantu nga vamona awo muzambe vari pangorupia vakulaisa when they see that there is money, we have got money in my bank mudia havantu vakulaisa vakulama hey, there is money there, let's go and also make money. People will be coming to make money. You cannot be calling people at iseni pano kuno muzambe mwali vendalama elo imwendalama tamukwetesha kulanga kuti abantu vaisa chani. I'm calling phone calls kuti mwatuma mkwai kuti mwatuma, you can call in. You know the number. Abo vaisa vapompwe. Kali kwisa kantoa nkali. Abo vaisa vapompwe. Oh, okay. Now I'm by my phone. Hello?
Mr. Terry, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, I'm calling you from this is Kepa's calling.
Yes.
I think we only have a few points. Mundubile, someone of people Twitter this time around. If the people was support 8
Maningi, it's true.
Hey. One. Not to come out saving, but what's all and a very manifesto lead. You can't say Asungan drama, why Asungan drama bank even Monga
in drama Zaka.
Sungan drama, Pamela very more positive. But Pamela government, Pamela was Sungan drama. Mugawa Sungan drama. If I'm going to talk about the drama, say, let's say Pamela go say some drama. No, I think I will support HH Mundubile this time around. One about HH Boyaka. Look at Malaria Melopang. I am Malaria Melopang. I am MP by it. Whatever. I can go for Raja. But my Melwatch the Obi. Yam MP by it. There Boya.
Ziko. Hello?
Hello, Secretary.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. No, Miss Ray. It seems like he doesn't even know what to say. I wouldn't be raised in our episode and I can't be. Has he ever look at what she has said? So now, today I was just reading an article where he is saying he's going to maintain the free education policy. I didn't even know that it's no longer a policy, it's now.
Hello! You know, he doesn't know that it's no longer a policy, it's a law. It's a law.
Police are new folks. What is this even talking about?
Better than the policy. It's no longer a policy, it's a law.
Damage control. Instead that ni law, that our now continue the police.
My brother is a good man, but politics are
continue educating us. There needs to sit down with someone who understands politics. Sometimes the face he needs to go to an academy in politics, and he needs to know around people. Around you look at no show. Never very mistake, I'm sure, when he was talking about things. So you cannot think because I'm speaking to the illiterate and therefore they do not understand and they can lie to them this time around.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Yeah.
You know?
No, thank you, my
There's a
sister.
politics I came in. I'll continue. I'm enjoying your program.
Thank you. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello, Bakari Munishani.
I'm quite Munishana.
After the never looked out of the beauty tradition, not time stay interrupted.
Mulande fia mano na imwe nomba tumwifshem nangu femu tamulande fia mano ture umwafye nangu ni freedom of expression ilande ni mkwa
then let's agree let's arrange a brand let's have a okay expression in the money dozi and the other one too very true. If you look at the domestic debt that Zambia currently has, from the time the UPND took over power, the domestic debt has grown, according to the statistics that are by the Ministry of Finance. So it has grown from 178 billion to 253. So this is the debt over the and suppliers got into and the other things. So it's pointless. I'm not surprised you are owing a lot of money. This is almost like $10 billion. That's why it's a very end circulation because they didn't learn the person of money. And on marriage, there's no money in circulation. No business when it's collapse. And then if you look at the period of that was an emergency. The reason for another is for the money to be used in case the water may be. But why didn't we import power for the last 2 years? So I'm a business to avoid them from collapsing. A lot of businesses collapse. I'm a barber shop who had to collapse. But when we knew had to collapse, a lot of businesses collapsed back then. So why are we keeping money in the reserves and then watching our economy collapse? If you're looking for folks that will contribute, and then one last thing, maternity, the financial discipline. But if you report there was almost 3.5 billion illicit financial flows outside of the country. So, Lakutumananda issues are too.
Number one, you have alluded to domestic debt. I mean, the truth of the matter is that it's true. I mean, these people, I sympathize. I cannot pretend that the suppliers are going without being paid. That surely it should be addressed. And if you want to do the good politics, that is what you should be talking about. Okay, that's what you should be talking about, to say, let's pay these people. But don't talk about to say, no, let's see, reduce the reserves. Because the reserves, they have got their own use. They have got their own use. So, talk about what is not being done. Emphasize on that. Not to say, we will go and get the money from the reserve. That is wrong. You see? That is wrong. So I do agree domestic suppliers need to be paid. But we shouldn't be saying, it's like, because the way Mundubile came out, it's like, let's reduce on the reserves. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Tank.
Good afternoon.
Yes. For me, I have a few questions which I would want you to clarify on. First of all, for the record, I want to state this clearly. I do not have a problem with reserves. In fact, reserves indicates the development, indicates that the countries are moving in the right direction. Okay, but my first question is, if we have these reserves, what have we done as a nation to generate these reserves? Because what I understand is reserves are more like savings. If me as an individual, I have saved money in the account, why is it that at my house, I cannot afford to even buy electricity for 100 kwacha to put in my house to have some, lights, or even just buy foods, but I have money in the bank account? That's the first question. Then second question is, Mr. Tayari, when we look at inflation, the simple definition of inflation is too much money chasing fewer goods. Okay? So now, if you want to rectify that imbalance of too much money chasing fewer goods, you need to either reduce too much money or improve the supply of fewer goods. So now, which too much money? I think I haven't seen too much money in the economy. Which fewer goods? I think goods have been there, but people have had no buying power to buy those goods. You see? Then if we have reduced inflation to somewhere 6 point something, why is it that banks, the lending interest for banks is ranging from 20% to 25%? 20% to 25%. Why is it that the lending interest is not reflecting the inflation rate? It's not indicating the inflation rate. It's not depicting that. Does it mean our inflation rate is a fake figure? Or because these banks do not seem to have confidence in the rates or the figures which are being reflected by our government. I am not asking these questions maliciously, or I'm not trying. I just want to understand if you can explain these few variables. I think I have no problem with reserves, really. I have no problem, but I would just want to know if this is real, what did we do to generate this money? Why is it that I am saving money in my savings, but I am not doing anything to my house? My kids are not going to school. I'm just giving examples. My kids are not going to school. My wife is not going to the salon. She's not looking nice. In the fridge is empty. We don't have gas in the gas stove. We are using charcoal, but I have 2 million in my bank account. I just want you to explain a bit on that so that I can understand, so that we can move on the same page. Thank you, Mr. Tayari.
Thank you. What I'll do, because I can see that people have questions, I will respond. I'll note them down and then I'll come and respond. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Kind regards, Mr. Tayari.
Thank you.
I would like to remain anonymous. I just wanted to make a contribution. Abantu verefirwa kutasha about policy implementation yaba UPND from free education in school. It has extended to social media. Na pa social media pa free education. Abantu bashayishiwe pama foreign reserves. Naba kwataka pe built number. Ukuishiba what foreign reserves actually are. And I would like to highlight paribari abakola vachalanda kuti Zambia na ikwata internal debt kuri abantu bopapera ama contracts and things like that. And they expect government to kuingira muma reserves ayo yene and pay off. They should first understand that ayama reserves, they are not meant for sustainability. In case of an emergency and to control inflation. So ndamwafunyamo muma reserves in Dramashika. What happens to inflation? It spikes. Why do people think exchange rate between kwacha and the dollar has stabilized in the sense that the kwacha has appreciated? It's because of those same reserves. So what happens is so another contribution yava Mundubile, however, Mundubile na Monekera. He has shown that he is not capable of leading our country, and he is blank when it comes to governance issues. So abantu bere tontonka nyokumuvotera, let them think twice. That's all for now, Mr. Tayari. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Mr. Tayari, Mushan.
Bueno.
Okay. Contribution, or maybe observation. If you see on social media, you can never find on my cable to maybe video clip or whatever. I think I've observed something in a court case. Matebbi. That man is a very tactical person that he avoids such embarrassment that he money. You see, umuntu has to manage to dribble government, which means he has something, he knows how to carry himself. But then, I don't think they can punch like this. That Kurari prayer to and bench. Ni free for all, I think. Then, I think maybe we can just go back to time Trump that aid Zambia. I mean, come African countries, USA you saw how much panic there was. That no, am I Arabs government or even in case of war with Iran, the prices were cushioned because you are able to cushion them because of Amai slaves. Or government is even able to buy Amai Arabs because Amai Arabs from those same reserves that no. For the next 2 months or 3 months, we can manage to cushion this until we sort out an emergency earthquake. But when I feel so as a leader, when I think it's very embarrassing to have such an opposition leader vying for president. So he has a careless talk and a careless mind like that. Very disappointing. Thank you, Mr. Tagi. I think that's my observation.
Thank you. Derek Shikaputa, you can go in and weigh in on some of the questions and respond. That's why this is a debate for everyone. Everyone can go in and respond to the questions or ask questions. It's for all. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
I would want to talk about debt swap. Mundubile valelando kwevati civil servant twalaba pera debt swap. Debt swap model nga mulei kushakiri yali kwevati ama personal emolument oyo ba government was owing ama civil servant government balipira incongolation ama civil servant pakatuma communal banks.
Yes, na ku microfinance.
Ero nomba yali amana nikade ni yafuka. Okay? Nomba as we speak tapaba na ngumo civil servant uchialeta still owed
by government
personal emolument bad study pretty bad pila nomba debt swap ni tabalo ya na bad pro definition na debt swap.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Mundubile keeps talking about debt swap. Very good. I'm glad that you have brought that one up.
Uchari shupa sana ngawali sambiriro konka ba Mundubile. It's very difficult, I tell you.
By debt swap, and yet there is no one who's being owed by government.
So, no one. Never ingira babe kwa ingire last year bareba terama setting allowance.
You see? So that's what what is he talking about? Yeah. No, thank you very much for bringing up that. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, he's talking about debt swap, but people have been paid all their arrears. Yeah? They have been paid their arrears. So what debt swap are you talking about? It's a bit of a challenge. Now, there are a few questions that have come up here, but I wanted to allow a little bit more. Anyway, about the one thing that you need to understand when we're talking about reserves. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Mwabombe batali.
Mwabombe.
Abakalamba umulimo mulebo maukalamba sana alesale misunga.
Natotera.
Bantu mulesa mbirisha abena Zambia bashishi bolo chimo. Bantu bamolo kupapota balesapotera mupe blind niba push mwisasa because nga twalolesha inflation nangu balenda papa inflation nangu mali reserve ishosho basungire abafyasha batufyala nga takwati bali bombeshe bakula amayanja nempya n'abakwata ku banki olwo bayitaako abaana bakashala pasuma nomanga takwati umufyashi tabombere kyamaano ababe n'abaleesapota bati abantu abakweta abafyashi ababomba twalapera ku example bali ba Simon Batambala abafyashi babo bali kula maputing nabenda bali ekyula
bapita bafera kafoni bamudala wali
walikuwa umufyashi wakati alenwa byobwalwa ababe n'abalenda pamalidevu yo kunti bazunga jani ngalama ikyalo takiri bwino moneni mwana wata tunatasha bali tungire ndalama oko shali kuli zevu ndalama eto na economy yali bwino so ba HH if ba HH bakire reserve ndalama next term ero bakoza batasha bamo bakabeba nokubeba tawo bapitiri chepo na imbi myaka awe natotera mutwalirirepo nkwai
natotera Hello? Hello?
No.
Hello?
Hello, Mulishan Vatari.
I'm quiet.
Yeah, just to make a contribution, the statement by President Mundubile. I'm quiet. That statement, carry back, depending na point of view, umuntu are mwena. Kana mwana kada video kada ba straight prenati. Icharo na twatenda na mamulize, which is not a bad thing. But ama life yabantu tari bwino batayali. Administrative wise by UPNG marriage tabuino sana. Don't say debt restructuring, pre-education, we appreciate all that. Reserve, we appreciate all that. But economy, paper rich tabuino. But muriari chikin takiri win. Mukantri murinkara. Over to Ingapaya by UPNG Vachkan. Kila vile baranzile ba mundo vile kwa kila mana mpunga 6.5 billion dollars muri zetu. Bakari babantu bamyobo tamura foresta. Nishte tufunche for 1 billion dollars. Mwaisha mu economy ama private contractors baya abawina ma contract mwa foresta abantu abafana mwa perenda ramashabo. That way it's going to help. That was what Prime Minister was saying about.
So let me explain before. Let me explain this because other people have alluded to this. Let me explain this. Just listen, okay? Just listen. Now, let me explain this aspect. I think we are behind somewhere. I want you to follow me. Follow me very well. You see, the way government runs, it is not that all the money is just in one box. Government has got different income lines. Okay? Government has different income lines and expenditures. Okay? Mungu anke wino government yalikuwa tendalama yalikuwa okwendalama chifumo kwa pusana. Money comes from different areas. Okay? Different areas indalama shilengira mu government. Then na expenditure nayo yalikuwa there is a way that government spends money. It spends money in different ways. Okay? So when you talk about suppliers, for example, when you're talking about suppliers, these are recurring expenses. These are recurring expenses. And these recurring expenses, they come from a source such as taxes. Indalama shakuforesha abantu. Indalama shakupela ama suppliers and all. Mostly the money comes from taxes. Mwanfwa, indalama shakuforesha shidava Mundubile vale vati. Foresheni ama drivers, ama transporter, banani. That money comes from taxes. It comes from taxes. Zedara nga vale pange ndalama nga naba kwata target kufumenda ndalama shaku tashani ishaku wonfia ukupela spending on recurring expenses. Now, when you are talking about reserves come from production of the country. For example, Shakopa, Shakopa and other things, productions of the country. And that money mostly is the money that goes into investment. That money, a disciplined country, that money is not money to chew. That is a difference. Please understand this. Ama expenses ya chalo. They come from taxes. They come from taxes. Then investment. It comes from investment related, like ama assets fidia ngatwa shakopa. That is the money that goes into the reserves. So it is wrong ngamwambo kula that our discipline no, this money is for investment. You cannot start taking money for investment mwambo kudia. That is indiscipline. That is indiscipline. So ishonko ngona mlela ndalaiki internal debt. Mostly these are recurring expenses, and this money these expenses are supposed to be dealt with using taxes. And as you know, I mean, our government at the moment, we still have debt. Now that I'm a debt na ifulirako. When we were PF, they left debt at I don't know whatever the value, but number na ikulirako. But you must understand that actually by PF there was a big problem. We had suppliers who were supplying nothing. And yet they were getting my invoices. My invoices. So that is a big problem. A huge part of that money that we are calling to say internal debt, most of it was just corruption. And UPND has been working on clearing that. And I can tell you for a fact that some of those people who have resolved their invoices to say they supplied and everything, most of them have been paid. It is those that have got questionable issues who have not been paid, but they are still appearing on our balance sheet. They are still appearing not actually on a balance sheet. They are still appearing on our cash book. It's not on the balance sheet, but on our cash book. They are still appearing on the cash book. But there are issues. So, it is ignorance for people to say, indalamasha investment, tushibule, tuforesha abantu. It is ignorance. It is financial indiscipline. You cannot go and get indalamasha investment. It is financial indiscipline. So Mundubile is expressing serious governance ignorance. Indalama kulikuma reserve. Indalama sha investment. Indalama sha recurring expenses. For example, you cannot go and at muma reserve FRA amatabata baripira. You cannot get indalama from the reserves ukupela by FRA to say, can you pay ama transporters? No, it doesn't work out like that. It doesn't work out like that. It is wrong. And this is how PF messed up our country. Because for them, they couldn't differentiate. They couldn't differentiate. Nangu watampa business. Washita motoka. Elo la womba. Dila washita motoka. And waivika motoka parenti. Iringi why we fail in businesses. We mix up things. Indalama walishita motoka. Walikongola actually. Walikongola. Waivika pali yango. No. Indalama nakula pangoku. Shakula lipila motoka. Okay? Shakula lipila motoka so that motoka hii. Nga lipile. Nga lumuke. But driver ngale takashini imo mwamukushita momunani mwamukunuina. How are you going to pay the vehicle? How are you going to pay the vehicle? I hope you understand me. Washita motoka panko ngole. Waivika parodi. But driver ngale tempia awe tapali munani mwamu endala mwashito munani. Awe tapali shani. You know? How are you going to pay the vehicle? Nga walishita motoka panko ngole ati ya business. Let that money that is coming share business. Let it pay the vehicle. Imwa mufide mule chita manage pali salary. Ebo mufide mule chita manage. Mule chita manage pali salary yaine mfola mwa chita manage. Nga mwambo kula ule ndalama shaku business. Mwambo kula shibika mukulia. Business yente tiye pantanshi. I hope mwangu mfwa. Mwalikwata ulabomba. Shigenda la mofola. Shakulishisha mwabana panganda. Elo waisa ingirira mo awe. Ndipo tushiteko invest mwe. Katushiteko ka motoka. Elo waya kongola motoka. Waya kongola motoka. Elo waivika parodi. No menda la mashigesha ule panga kulia. Muli motoka. The money that you are making from your vehicle. Wamba kwa bati yo pantu panganda abakashuwa bambo kuilishani. Panupini panganda tafili wine fintu. Shani awe na motoka. You know, because fila stiga fya ifika abakashuwa bambo na kwa tenda indalama shire ingira shakuli motoka. Mulevika ku banki so that mukali pile motoka. Elo bakashuwa bale bati bati ku banki na mukwa tenda lama. Bati panganda tapali fya kulia. Busheni shaba kashuwa wena what understanding we know if bomba. Have you understood that? Would you say that your wife is helping you? No, she's not helping you. If you listen to your wife, wambo kula bulanda mashaku business, ulashibika panganda muledila, you collapse. I hope you understand. Hello?
Very much.
Hello, can you hear me?
I'm struggling to hear you, really.
Me?
Hello?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Tayari.
Yes.
This is Francis calling you all the way from Mundola.
Yes.
Yeah, alamandi nindala mashaya muchalo chesu ishi. Teti wish ne foshenda. But pano andife in my opinion ngachakutira if nine ukai example nde perapa inenga nebo president na starez 6 billion mfurina abula porangu 2 billion mwashara 4 billion na yakumufumbwe kulioko bapepeke aba god na panga ka god plant so that neshinkongole shire tushupa tuambo kulipirako because pako tukafe sector wino kunkongole kalo tukabonfefe ama mineral ama precious stones yesu minus that shikala afye na population ya Mzambia ikala ile kulira kofie na no problems yakala ile kulira kofie but not to send the chance kufumira kofe 2 billion kushita kofe tuma equipment to kutangira ka god plant to aikwati apufe fwele not fya kwati wa investor bese akesu fie to ara kwatenda mishingisha kwebati ne 6 billion ndala chap
Okay, washukuru wantu ufweni. Ufweni munyina.
Emkwa boss.
Ufweni tien tusambirisha nyaini. Tusambirisha nyeso munkonke mwino. Na mwishwa indalama nga imwenga na mkwatendalama tefyo mu banki.
Emkwa.
Ero mrefu ati for example mrefu ati mushte chigayo. Okay? Nangoke tien turande ine gold mine. Namkwata license ya gold, isn't it? Namkwata license ya gold, whatever. Nganamkwata ndalama mu banki. Kuti mwaya ku banki, wamfwa, kuti mwaya ku banki, nokuya ba banki ko ati ba banki. Ina ndefwa munkongo shendalama. Ati shendalama mrefu mkongore shanshi. Ati ndefwa ya ndi ishte ama mashini ntampo kula imba god no kula polisha. Okay? Ero balasamye bati okay tulange nyuko bati nimo ba businessman bene mwamona ngata mkwete bank account bishakuti bampero rupia
impia tetu bampere Mr. President Tari impia tetu bampere President Tari
ufweni kaidi na mwisho anga chapati mule umfwa kwati mule fa munchite challenge techi tumfwa iyo ile ndero ndo kwati so first number kaidi mwe mule kutukira futi ku buteko ile ndefu ati mumfwe first ero twalaisa ku buteko so palienda ngana mkwatenda lama mu banki ila banki ngaisa mnimona tawe abantu bashukuru bantu bali kwatamano aba mone nindalama bakwete kuti bamipela indalama shako ya chitanomba invest mwisa muri gold mwamona kuti bamipela indalama shako ate mwachita invest muri gold and iliendalama shidendalama shida mwama no kulaipila pano no ku banki uko abulo kikatendalama indalama shenu mwamona because yali my investment so shirenda lama mwabika mbanki ni investment and investment
upon the
investment tulaibonfya muri uyo musango nafuma mukulondolola so abantu bene abalupia tababonfya nempia shabo iyo ukubika mu business tabashibonfya impia shabo bashibonfya afye ukufwaira pwenda na mashini ukufwaira pwenda na mashini so ife mulala ndoko bati wabula po 2 billion kulanda kwa buchushi fwa nchushi nifwe tuchitefyo apana alavula po nchitefi aba kwa torupia tababonfye ndalama shabo iyo balasunga yalama investment shakulete ndalama shinavo indalama shimbi so yama reserve ukulingana n'obuteko yakulangira poko bati indalama Zambia ile chitawino. Zambia is a good country and it is inviting other investors to come in. Ama investors ukomulela nda kumufumbwe na kuisa baleisa bakesa ama investors
Mr. Tari ukulanda fechinka na ngubakesa turi ile fwa katuka kwa tefika gold mine fya kesu zifwe wena Zambia mwe bantu akesu fye nangu fyaka no kupera ma investors ebo bale senda fyawe twalikwatira fye muteko bwarwisha fye twakwata fika gold mine fye akesu fye wena Zambia please twapapata kuita investor awe Baba Kansansh mine, wala send every day God kula Kansansh mine. Kala akadeke every day. No mbanga ifufomena Zambia. Nishite toa patafe. Kamo fera mfaka kumufungwe. Sensedi mine ya kuminunga ya ivela. Wabika mo investor. Kumpika wabika kwa investor. But if toa patafika lake mfaka pa mfungwe fe chapwa. Just for only the Zambians here. Kuti awashine hapo Mr. President.
Yo, na ufa muntu andi, lekeni sente kwa wambira totera. Nikosa. Hello?
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I am calling you for us. Yeah, who to vote for? The
line is not very good. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello, Mr. Kari.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I just want to answer the question the other gentleman that was asking on inflation rate.
Yes,
I
yes.
found that inflation rate has reduced, but the bank rates have not reduced.
Yes.
You know, sometimes a fall in inflation does not automatically mean the central bank will reduce the bank rate.
Not at all.
Here's why. Yeah, inflation is falling, but prices may still be rising. For example, if inflation falls from 10% to 6%, prices are still increasing, just more slowly.
Yes.
Central bank want to be sure inflation stays low. If they reduce the bank rate too quickly, borrowing and spending may increase again, causing inflation to rise sharply. So the monetary policy works with a time lag. Changes in the bank rate can take several months to fully affect inflation. So central banks often keep rates higher for a while, even after inflation starts falling. I think that's how the banks works. Actually, even in previous months, we remember, I think the BOZ announced the reduction in the, should be by 4 points or somewhere there. Obviously, because of the same situation. Now, again, just to add more on the government reserves. You know, government reserves are not idle money meant to be spent on everything.
You know?
They serve as a financial safety net for the country, as you have said before. So, the best way to create employment is through sustainable economic growth, not by depleting national reserves. Government creates jobs by investing in infrastructure, education, the way we have seen free education, agriculture, energy. They are busy investing already in solar panels and creating an environment where business can invest and expand. So using reserves to fund recurring expenses or temporary jobs may create short-term relief, but it can actually weaken the economy and leave the country vulnerable during the future crisis. Imagine, Mr. Tari, currently, for example, imagine Zambia has only 1 million in reserves, right? But it needs 500 million to pay for fuel, medicine, and fertilizer imports over for the next few months. Suppliers may become reluctant to sell on credit. The kwacha could even come under pressure, and shortages or higher prices could result. Now imagine Zambia has 5 billion in reserves. Importers and international suppliers have greater confidence that the foreign currency will be available, making it easier to continue importing essential goods and even during periods of economic stress. Thank you, Mr. Kari.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. President, how are you, sir?
Fine, fine, thank you.
You are speaking to Mr. Chipita. I'm calling from Lusaka.
Yes, please.
What is surprising me, Mr. Terry, is that people are trying to eat from 6 billion. While other countries have 15, 20, 6. We are supposed to be encouraging our president to even increase, from the 6 billion. You have actually explained very clearly, no parent in life who does not have an investment. We are all behaving like that guy in the Bible, Esau, who said, what is the value of my birthright? Or the prodigal son who said, give my share and go and play it off.
Yes.
That is not how, as a country, we should live. This president has tried even to give us 6 billion. And the way we have explained, I've understood you very well that these other payments are supposed to come from taxes, And this is an investment that we're supposed to put aside. So once I learned that that, and for me, I don't think there is any salary part to run.
You know, that's the point. I want to Which one? Which people? Hey, which people?
Which is not 76 billion? Again, which people are these ones?
Yes.
Yes.
Which one? Let's go and break the reserves. Let's go and break the reserves.
Wait, that's groups who want to steal like they did last time.
Yeah. No, thank you. Hello?
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Okay. First ni beu nzanga kutumira ko ka 5 pin cha beu ndio mzanga.
Imwe mulibe ndalama imwe osati muzipanga pano pa social media please. Na phone yamene musebenzesa apo.
Okay.
Ni phone yochi apa so manje apa izambo kukomera because I mean it cannot sustain kunkala for online for a long time. So kambani musanga before ikalimbo
No. No. You know what it is? My phone is a big phone, my friend. Now, Vera voice. I wish you were in Zambia. You see what's happening. You know, it's not to say that we are hating UPND, no. The point is this. If there is a wind of change, people, they want a change. These things, you can even see. Huh? The change, my guy, is coming. And what it is, the problem which is there is that UPND, the guys, they are too much castle. Even people from UPND, they are complaining to say that no. That's the thing. Huh? So the wind of change is there, my guy. So, if you see what's happening in Lusaka, there and there, you can even feel sorry. I'm telling you.
No,
but anyway,
I'll let those who are in Zambia respond. I'll let those who are in Zambia respond to you.
Exactly. And also, what I can tell you, when you have another independence, who treat you nicely, you come back nicely in the country, and will give you too much business.
Okay. No. Zikomo, for promising me to come back. Yeah. Because just that you are not in Zambia.
Nakabili, ibukishe vyobana wile ichalo.
Awai sawa pompwe.
Nakabili,
Nakabili.
Liya zanika kasuba. Abobai sana
Nakalilampi.
Soli ibane namu.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, Mr. Political Engineer.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning.
Good to say, let those who are in Zambia respond. And as we are in Zambia and Lusaka, we are responding.
Yes, respond to him.
We are going to respond to the man. That man, he should not lie to himself. He should not lie to himself. That change that he's seeing, it is just within his mind. Failing to understand what reserves are actually meant for in this country. So that wind of change is in him because he's failing to understand what these things really stand for a country. And I think, Mr. Political Engineer, these people, when they call, they should also be telling us what they really do for a living, because they end up having arguments, having headaches, and they're failing to make things really straight with someone because they just can't understand that part.
Yeah.
I think some people should stick to social cash transfer issues.
Yeah.
If the council has failed to pay those who are working for social cash transfer, I think some levels in life are also very important. They can't understand. You can imagine, that debt swap issue, Mr. Political Engineer, how long did it take you to understand, to make people understand? Now, can they understand the reserves? If their leader, the Mundubile and the group and this cohort cannot understand the 6.5 which we have as a country in reserve, what about the followers, Mr. Political Engineer?
Yeah. Mundubile afuna tizidi.
How about these who are following them blindly? They can't understand that now.
For them, they don't know about investment. Zonse ni zakudya. Ati natalama mu banki tidye tigulema Jameson. Tiviniremo. Tipaseko maslekwi.
Exactly. Now, money in reserve, Mr. Political Engineer, is for stability. The country has to be stable.
Yes.
When your country is stable, even the investors actually see, the environment for investors becomes so favorable that we can know more investors in the country.
Yeah. No, thank you, my
Investors and
brother.
investors come into the country. They come with those jobs that we are crying for the country.
Yes, yes. Mm.
Okay, we cannot deplete our reserves to open a gold mine somewhere, like the previous caller said.
No. Yeah.
The stability of our culture is solely dependent on the reserves that we have.
Mm. No, thanks, my
For
brother.
these
Thank
young
you.
investors that we're crying for them to see light in these countries because of the reserves that we have, for them to trust us with our investment is the reserves that we have.
Yeah. Thank you.
The problem that we have.
Hello? Hello?
Mwawombe.
Mkwema wombeni.
Mkwaini ne wukamumba.
Mkwa wakalo.
Kwena naine ndefu okulanda pose pali omuranduntu muretere. Aba bantu leera nokutira abena Zambia barechura. Wise baisho bafye okutira bena bani kufe fota tuli bantu. Bena barerandira kupago wabo. Bairandira kupago wabo nga baikoro ngane takaribumba bena baibati kano karibumba karipano turechura. Nomba bena nga baraibo kutira iyo abene Zambia barechura bena Zambia nyako bene to alikuwa tama NRC are turango kutira tumbena Zambia ero turechura yapali umurandu twale tinjisho uteko aba bantu barechita vyecho ngo kwatinifira kuchita mampolyo ngasange fira kulya ero arapunda finara fitwe na makaya kuisha takwete uroru pia wale kutukidana ngukama yani aturasungo pia maikara den saramunana nishida mukate mule kwa kuchite kurukumitanchi
sana
no mbanga chako bati iwo waumfa fensarare wati yo na changu nyeparu yata wakashitera muri njinga tawati so abo bantu nabaira ngapya pa utatu kutira ta pari echo warefuata warefu kutumurure charo rupia runtu bonfuire eururu de barengo kutira bare kafye echo mu charo dechi yo teko bese bari rupio no mbatatwa bare kewa mukuru tatwa bare iko ture votera yo pendi
na totera hello
Mr. Afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Sam. I'm calling you. I'm with you now.
Okay.
Yes, first thing I want to commend you over what you did. Apologize in the public for what you did, which is very, very, very good. Hello?
Yes. We can hear you.
Number two, Mr. Tayari, I think it is very important to understand the Mundubile to educated. But whatever they are planning has already been done. I don't know what they are going to come and do. To be honest, what I want to President Hakainde has done a lot of things. Right now, I'm telling you, I'm with people from Zimbabwe, people from Tanzania, people from Malawi, who are commending our government what they have done in this country. But these guys, what they are doing is just like if you want to go tarika, so what happened?
No.
So this time around, my brother, there is nothing that is going to stop President Hakainde to do this election. Some of us, those who are saying that you are suffering at your own place. People are eating. There are some people are suffering outside sometimes.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello. Good afternoon, Mr. Sayan.
Good afternoon.
Okay. I just want to make a bit of contribution. It's so unfortunate that the opposition or the people, the government, they're talking about 6.1 million US dollar. Imagine, give an example of Nigeria. Nigeria's reserve as of now, they've got almost 51.
You imagine.
But if you go to Nigeria, they're really facing a lot of difficult things. Load shedding in Nigeria is bad. Transport, but what are the challenges? And Nigerians, they're all over the world searching for greener pastures. But tabaye much babula amarezi bapera abantu ati balechiwe. Nigerians balenda as of now no baleta to South Africa. Most they are Nigerians because they have left their country to go and search for greener pastures. That's why quarantine pia mnalize. Ishi ndukuchira na Zambia. Abantu tabeshile the importance of keeping amarezi. In case today kwaba drought, COVID. You remember when we had COVID? We really suffered because we never had money. We depended on other countries to help us. Now, if today, like drought here is that could be useful for the next 2 years, how are we going to survive? So people, they are not just thinking what the president has done. The president has done a lot, and it's not easy to make everything better for the country. After Okulipile in Congo, they were still paying debt. So they should just try to appreciate him because batayari munganda chimwe inenjikala munganda na wimomwa kwatenganda mwalivika parenti elo udia tenants wenu asha mtuma bills ya meshi namalaiti mulechitekela tulioalaisa mu ala kwanisha shali kuiteka mgani ngani this first mupile machika service nkongole shili munganda elo nomba abantu bakalaka bilo kuingira munganda hii. It's the same like our country. The president has been servicing our debt. Then now we have gained investors' confidence. They should just give him another 5 years. Things will be okay. But if they're just in Parishashin and Pekari Sokupere and Pia Bakada, Shimbivaleo Cha, Shimbivale Perama Golf Sticky, Shimbiavales and the Mauko Bagvash. So number 6.5 na iwafunga nyamuto barechanga baika na wakata na plan.
Sada.
This will never work. You know, start wanted to add it kare kanya. And it's good that youths of nowadays, once they are too big, they are able to understand how the economy of the country is doing as of now. That's what you want me. Kare kaya abantu bareba kwati very literate. That's why today I don't know that we should even appreciate for free education. Most Zambians, we lack that. I'm a Zambian. Behind. So let's make use of free education. Because the education the thing about presidents as they know. In the next 5 years to 10 years, you'll see people thinking and mentality, and our country will develop. That's the truth of the matter. Even when you go to Europe, they have made it education as a law. One from kindergarten up to grade 10, after school, whether you like it or not. Then in some senior secondary, after they are studies, now can be a skill. That's what they have developed. And which is good. So, they're just making noise. That is winning. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes. Okay, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, there is feedback here. You are move away from the other phone, please.
Hello?
Kubana, Besukulu, Kubana, Kalungisha, Abobaisa, Nakabili, Ibukisha, Jabana, Wile Chalo, Abobaisa, Nakabili, Yabalia Zanika, Kasuba, Abobaisa, Nakalila, Soli Bane, Namuchelo, Balikala, Lugisha, Kubana.
Hello? Ah.
Hello?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Daddy.
Good afternoon.
I'm very happy with the way you are articulating issues now. I just want to respond to our colleague who told previously by stating that I would have given you a 5 penny, and he also said the European Union Council. They don't give money. They don't give money if their people are complaining. Now, my brother, if you are listening to me, get it. UPND is different with PF. The way PF used to hit back of money is their concubine. UPND cannot do that. The way PF used to dish out money, throwing out money in the street. UPND is a different party. They cannot do that. The way PF used to give their card money and they started banning money, students, they are denied with new allowances. UPND cannot do that. UPND is a mature party, a principled party, who are able to utilize our resources nicely. When they want UPND now to be dishing out money in the house, wasting resources instead of investing those money into productive issues. We don't want that as the UPND. We should respect for our resources. We should do our businesses, go and work for our money.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. I made your point. Hello? 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 Okay, Nale Mamwe, let me end here. Bye for now. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm sure you're also tired. Thank you very much. We'll talk later. Bye.